Um, all right, I saw this post. I thought it was pretty funny. That's a bit better. All right, go woke, go broke. Hollywood still hasn't learnt. And it's a screen cap of a tweet or post on X or whatever we're going to call it. Pixar's new movie about a queer, in quotes, 11-year-old boy, Elio, just made history as Pixar's worst performing movie in history. It's made just $25 million on a $150 million budget. Go woke, go broke. Hollywood still hasn't learned. Okay. My understanding.
All just focus on the very many other more important things to discuss than whether or not I may or may not be all over the Epstein files. There was a big flood in Texas. Huge flood as it relates to water. Many people died.
I like hearing Cool Cat saying many people died. That one's fun for me. All right. So my understanding, sorry, this is so bright. My understanding is that Elio cut the queer shit, right? Former Pixar creators claim the studio removed queer subtext from its latest film, Elio. So, like, it was subtext and it was removed, right? That was the story. That's what I thought was happening. I'm not going to watch the movie. I don't think anybody making the posts here watched the movie. I'm not sure the person who wrote the tweet watched the movie. But, like, you know, if the narrative is like this was bad and unsuccessful because of politics, right? should the narrative not therefore be it went broke because it didn't go woke? Because that's what happened, is that they removed the woke, right? Like every single article is talking about how it was cut from the film. They made the lead character more masculine, according to a story from The Hollywood Reporter. Is that the original source? Erasure of queer themes. Creatives at Pixar who saw the original director's previous cut of Elio tell The Hollywood Reporter about the movie's challenging production process. Elio just became about totally nothing. Ah, that sucks. So it sounds like there was an idea, somebody had a vision, somebody had something they wanted to say, and it involved some queer themes of some kind, some queer subtext, perhaps. Not sure. I guess we'll never know. According to multiple insiders who spoke to The Hollywood Reporter, Elio was initially portrayed as a queer-coded character reflecting original director Adrian Molina's identity as an openly gay filmmaker. Other sources say that Molina did not intend the film to be a coming-out story, as the character is 11, but either way, this characterization gradually faded away throughout the production process as Elio became more masculine following feedback from leadership. Gone were not only such direct examples of his passion for environmentalism and fashion, but also a scene in Elio's bedroom with pictures suggesting a male crush. Hints at the trash fashion remain in the released film, with the boy wearing a cape decorated in discarded cutlery and soda can tabs, although without any explanation for the unusual attire. Yeah, so I found this post really funny because it's the opposite, right? The movie bombed, but they removed the woke before the movie came out. So is that why the movie bombed? Because I saw the trailer and I thought, this film looks like a billion other things I've already seen before. It looks boring, right? It looked like it didn't have a personality. Who knows? Maybe if they didn't cut shit, maybe it would have had a bit more personality. But I just I don't know. This subreddit kind of fascinates me. This is like almost 2,000 upvotes, right? Sorry, I got to make this larger so you can see this. What incredibly dumb idea for a movie? That's the top. That's best, sort by best, I guess. For real, who fucking asked for this? Makes you think if Wall-E came out now, they would give him a fully prehensile mechanical penis. And Eve, of course, would be a transgender robot teaching him about top surgery despite not being a mammal or even organic. Rated G. So, like, they're responding to a tweet saying the movie is about a queer 11-year-old boy when that, regardless of what it might have been at one point in time or if there was subtext or how explicit, that didn't happen by the time the film was released, right? And no one in this crowd was talking about that before the release, so you can't even say like, oh yeah, they boycotted it because of that. Very, very odd. Didn't even know he was supposed to be queer. I just didn't care about the movie at all. From what I read, it went through major reworks to remove most of the LGBT stuff, but it was still present. And then this person got downvoted saying, I saw the movie and there wasn't one mention or hint of anything LGBTQ related. The story had nothing to do with anything close to that. And they were downvoted for saying, like, they were downvoted by many, many people, like -40. I saw the movie and there wasn't one mention or hint of anything LGBTQ related. And they're downvoted for saying that? For saying they saw the movie. And that there wasn't anything queer in it. I don't understand. That's an odd reason to downvote someone, right? That's very odd. And then this person responded to that person. Doesn't matter if it was in it when you saw it. It was initially planned as a queer-coded movie. So wait, what are we complaining about then? What are we complaining about? What are we complaining about? It was initially planned that way. And then they're getting downvoted again. I hadn't read that article, but does it really matter if that's not the route they decided to go? Sounds like it was an idea and they passed on it. Oh my god. The language. The way people talk to each other here is so weird. When somebody tells you to your face that they plan to shit in your mouth, but then they decide not to at the last minute, did they still plan on shitting in your mouth or not? I don't understand what the argument is. Like, what are they mad about? There's like I don't understand the point of people. Like, is it just contrarianism at this point? Like, just to stay on this argument, no matter what anybody else says. Like, wait, so they didn't go woke and they still went broke. That's a reasonable thing to bring up. There are no half measures. The damage was done. How was it woke if they removed the woke stuff? No response. It matters because it was the original intent. There was no motivation for the general audience to see the movie otherwise. I don't understand what they're trying to say there, honestly. I don't know. It feels like we're making a big deal out of this for nothing. They made the decision to remove every trace of the character's sexuality when the person who made the creative decision left the project. Why are we criticizing them for making the right choice? That's just it. We're literally not. The entire premise of the movie was just mid and most people didn't really choose to watch it out of spite. They were just indifferent at best, and that's not a good thing for a movie with a $150 million budget. This is true. Yeah, okay, these people are on the same page. But yeah, some people are just like... Some people hold on to an argument and it doesn't even matter why they're arguing after a certain point. Like, I don't understand why this guy got downvoted for saying, I saw the movie and there was no LGBT stuff in it. Like... And then they're agreeing with them saying, but it doesn't matter. You may be, that may be true, but that doesn't matter because the damage was already done. As if Pixar marketed this film as a queer thing. Like, the only reason anybody's saying it's a queer thing is because of a post like this, right? Hollywood Reporter article, that doesn't make it to a lot of people. The average person that's going to be responsible for taking their kids to a movie in a theater is not going to... The Hollywood, if if you could change that many people's minds and reach that many people with just literally one Hollywood Reporter article, that would be, you would do that instead of releasing a trailer, right? You would just talk to the Hollywood Reporter. There would be no marketing budget outside of that, right? Like, what an odd place. 11 years old? Jeez. Pixar likes him young. See, here's the weird thing about this is, like, a character being queer is no different than a character being straight or cis, right? Like, just don't have child characters then, right? You can't show a child existing. Like, they're not fucking. It's so weird. The top comments being like, this is basically like if the character had their dick out and talked about surgery. Like, that's so weird. They just had to make him sit like that. They just had to. Subliminal messaging. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is like every comment. This is like every fucking comment. That's what's so weird about this. Worst part is no one involved in the production will be fired, and they'll be given hundreds of millions of dollars to produce another flop. I've literally never sat down like that. Yeah, and then people pointing out how weird they are getting downvoted. Why the fuck do we even learn that this kid is queer? How and why is it relevant to the story? When I was 11, sure, some crushes existed on fellow classmates, but the only thing I gave two shits about was playing and being a kid. That's an interesting comment. When I was 11, sure, some crushes existed on fellow classmates. Yeah, and some movies show that. Look, I don't even want kids to be in movies at all. I don't give a shit about child characters at all. Like, not interesting stories to me. Apparently other people do. Just be consistent, you know? Like, if you're not going to freak out about, like, a little girl being like, oh, dreamy knight in shining armor, please. Right? Some, like, heteronormative shit that's been in a billion movies. Like, I just want it to be fair and consistent. Just if you're going to complain about one, complain about the other. Like, why are you making weird exceptions, right? Like, it has to come from an idea of, like, no, being gay is an artificial thing that can only happen if you're convinced into it. And the Jews at the top of Disney are trying to make everyone gay, and that's the only reason why anyone's gay, sort of thing, right? Like, otherwise, where does this come from? If, like, that's not, sure, maybe. What's so funny is I already know that by saying that, it's going to trigger a response of, like, not everybody in this community believes that exact same thing. And then it just turns into this, like, exactly like what this thread was, you know? Where someone's like, no, it doesn't matter what it was. It's what it was going to be before and never turned out to be. And it's like, okay, what are you even arguing for? Like, why are you arguing? Right? There's no crevice too small to try and, like, wedge your way in to, like, just argue over nothing, you know? Anyway. The sooner you can convince children they are gay... Yeah, this is basically what I was saying they believe. The sooner you can convince them into your van for a party. Okay, so wait. Any movie that showed, like, a heteronormative thing, right? Like a kid has a crush on someone, but it's straight. Is that so straight people can kids? Ah, shit. You might have to Mute that word, Olivia. Is that so straight people can have parties in vans for kids? Is convince the kids they're straight to put them in a van or something? All right. Exactly. Kids at this age shouldn't be sexually active for there to be any plot reasons for it to be revealed. That was a weird sentence. Even if he was straight, it shouldn't be a plot topic for a child. Bunch of sick pedos. What do you mean? I don't understand. Who said anything about being sexually active? Oh, this person's downvoted. This person's downvoted. They don't even care as long as someone's like not towing the line with like the most fucking like just what's the word for it? Triggered is a good word, but like hysterical. Hysterical is the right word I'm looking for. If you're not towing the line by like repeating the same, just having the most hysterical version of reality as possible, right? Like this goes all the way up to the top. Reminder that this is about a Twitter post for something that didn't happen that has 2,000 upvotes. And the takeaway is the opposite, right? Okay, wait. Let's play a fun game here. So this person who's just arguing for no reason. Doesn't matter if it was in it when you saw it. It was initially planned as a queer-coded movie. Let's imagine the other scenario. Straightest movie ever made, right? Straightest kids movie ever made. But then at the last second, they removed all the straight shit and made it gay, right? At the last second, they removed all the straight shit and made it gay. Would this person be saying, doesn't matter if it was in it when you saw it, it was initially planned as a straight-coded movie? Would that person be like, no, the whole movie is gay, but that doesn't matter because it was originally supposed to be straight, so that's what counts? Right? Like, what are you talking about? Do you understand what you're saying? This is insane. This is insanity. This is insanity. I can't. And it was so weird to have, like, brought up some examples of this type of thing that I noticed, like, earlier. And then for people in this community to, like, try and convince me that, like, no, that's not representative of the community. It's like, it's really difficult to find people that aren't doing exactly that, like, throughout the community, and the people that don't just wind up getting downvoted, right? Who said anything about being sexually active? Downvoted. As far as I know, the movie was supposed to imply that he's gay, and that's about it. Showing such things is something that already happens in kids' movies. For example, Avatar had 12 years old Aang falling in love and dating, while Inside Out 2 was about 13-years old kid going through puberty and having her first crushes. Also, the ending of Inside Out 1, it ended on that. Nobody minded, but suddenly when the characters aren't straight, you all lose your shit. 14 downvotes. All right, this is an interesting response. Being straight is normal. Being gay isn't a bad thing, but you got to admit, it seems like Disney and most large-scale corporations are pushing this stuff now. Oh, I wish they could understand their brain. I wish they could understand what they're saying. The real way to look at this, if this person was introspective, they would ask themselves, why do I feel like it's being like it inherently existing in a piece of media means that it's being pushed, right? That's a bias. It's when you only look at it as that in one direction, then it's going to seem like it's only happening in one direction, right? Like if you never look at any sort of heteronormative thing as like, oh, they're pushing this, and you only look at gay things as they're pushing this, then it's going to seem like they're pushing gay things and they're not pushing straight things. What are you talking about? It's just as much of a push. It's just as much of a push in the other direction. The exact same thought processes go into it, right? A straight person writes straight characters to reflect their straight experiences, right? They talk about things they know. They make relatable content for people that they feel might relate to it. You know, a queer person might make some queer content with queer characters for the exact same reasons, creating relatable content, you know, working within characters and stories that they're familiar with, ideas that they've experienced, right? Like, sure, yeah, things can be forced. Gay things can be forced. They have been. But it also works in the other direction, right? As as proven by this, right? Like they literally forced the queerness out of the movie, right? So like what's the argument? They forced it out. They did force the comment, the entire story that we're referencing here is an example of it happening in the other direction, right? Anyway. I'm trying to push the straight agenda. You sound like it does. All right, yeah, so that's this was just such a fucking interesting post. I saw some of the comments here that I couldn't not talk about this because it's so fucking weird and funny. And most of them just assume that what the post is saying is true. And that's what's so weird about it too, is like there's just such a there's like an aversion to fact checking, you know? Like if something this untrue was posted in my subreddit, people would be like, "Oh, that's not true." You know, it wouldn't be overwhelmingly like, "Yes, this supports something that I'm feeling," and then just downvoting everybody else that shows up being like, "Hey, I saw the movie. That's not what happened here." It's like, okay, wait a minute. If this is a movie discussion related YouTuber, right? Like this is the premise of the YouTube channel is that they talk about movies, right? And nobody in this thread has seen the movie? I don't know. I feel like if this was posted in my subreddit, there would be like a couple people who've seen it. You know, even though that's not our type of movie, that's for sure. Like, I feel like there would be some people that have like a movie pass at a theater. They would have been curious enough about it. Yeah, maybe I'll go back to that subreddit another day because that was fucking weird. That was very odd. I'm tempted to look at what the front page of the subreddit looks like right now, but I know that I'll just be stuck there longer. So I think I'm going to wait for another day.
Hey everyone, Olivia here. Thanks for watching as always. Here are my patrons for August 2025. Michael Bradley, Ditzy, Russ Saltz, Rumsfold, and Letterboxd, Jordan A, Nico Fuentes, Roxy is inside your walls. You can lure her out with information on when the second season of the TED TV series is releasing. Anchor Wolf, Archeolix, Fox 64, Osmond, Oh Here She Comes, Modern Nerd, Cypress, The Flying Marlin, Lobster Right, Clarice Carlson, Skanat On, Happy the Knife, www.openclassactions.com, Emil Blank, Tammy, T King, Saliv, 88, Electrica is so bad at games, he beat Celeste Chapter 9 in 38 hours, Mitzi Marcella, Yup, the Super One player, Zachary Kane, Gabriel Herrera, and Lemonade Warriors participating in the hit game Among Us and is considered the encroacher. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Anyway. So, I wanted to apologize real quick for, how depressed I sounded, in last month's, Patreon credits. I've just been like down in the dumps lately about the political climate of the United States, you know, being a trans woman and all. Um and it, it's just I've also just been going through a lot of like rough shit in my life in general, like just one thing after a fucking another. Uh but um thank you for supporting me during this time. Um I usually plug my Twitch here. But this month I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to plug the Loud Equals Funny podcast, which I've been making appearances on. We're gonna do a special Castlevania retrospective episode soon, so I've been playing through as many of the Castlevania titles as possible. I hope you guys will check it out because I fucking love Castlevania. I have been a massive fan for a very long time, and I am hyped to share my thoughts. Anyway, see ya.